Celebrating Ukraine's independence. The Egbira Nation and Nigerians join the world in celebrating Ukraine's Independence Day, while also sympathizing with the families of the over 200,000 heroes who have lost their lives defending their nation. Call for peace. We urge world leaders to do everything possible to persuade Russia to end the ruthless war and embrace peace. A voice for Ukraine. Let's hear from Dr. Aniki Johnson Onoruoyiza, an African leader based in Ukraine, and gain insight into the situation. OGTVstudio 2.0 Information PowerPoint.
Good day, everyone. I'm right here at the heart of Ukraine, the heart of the capital, Kyiv. This is Maidan. If you have ever heard about Ukrainian revolutions, the Orange Revolution, the Maidan Revolution started from here. This is the heart of the city. And today is Ukrainian Independence Day. 34 years ago, Ukraine became an independent country from the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union was dismantled and all the 15 republics went their own way. But 30 years after that, or 30 years plus, this independence comes with pain, starting from the Russian invasion, annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the full-scale invasion in 2022. Now this center, beautiful center that used to be very beautiful, was have been converted to memorial arena for the fallen soldiers. Every flag you see here, every flag has somebody's name. Every flag has a heart that stopped beating just for defending their country. Yes, and these are young boys and women, mainly men in their 20s, in their 30s. I repeat, they went to the war front in defense of that independence, in defense of their country. It's a big area, but I'll try my best to go around as much as possible. What you see here, the flags here, represent less than 1% of those who died in the war front. At my back here, these are relatives, families, friends of the missing soldiers in action. They come here every Saturday to demonstrate for the government to find their missing relatives, still hoping they are not dead. They might be in Russian prison as war prisoners. Now I move forward. So when people over there communicate with me, trying to justify the war, does it really matter now who is to be blamed for the war? What matters now is this: these boys, girls, they have never lived their lives to the fullest, but they had to go to the war front as patriotic citizens to defend their country. Hundreds of thousands of our soldiers has died within this period. I repeat, hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Imagine how many widows. Can you imagine how many orphans, parents, aged parents that depended on their children for their survival? They are no more. This war is a strategy. Yes. Uncalled for, unreasonable war. There was no even any reason to start this war other than imperialist ambition of Russia to capture Ukraine, to put Ukraine under its control, and nothing more. It cost hundreds of thousands of lives, and we're still losing more soldiers during the war front. Yes. So for those who justify war, you don't know the pain. You don't know what it means to sleep and you're not sure of waking up. You don't know our survival in Ukraine. We cannot plant, in fact, we don't know what happened tomorrow. You can sleep and you will not wake up. Yes. I will make a video very soon, a house where a whole entrance was raised to the floor in the morning while people were enjoying their sound early morning sleep. Yes. That day, over 31 people were dead as at morning time. Hundreds injured. So Sleeping and waking up in Ukraine is a miracle because you may never wake up. That's what we go through in this country. But I believe Ukraine. I believe Ukraine will survive this war. Yes. Ukraine will come out of this war as one of the strongest nations on earth. Yes, today. Because, you see, to withstand the military might of Russia for 3.5 years, and today they are not in the capital. I can walk freely today in the capital without seeing any Russian soldiers. And according to their plan, they're supposed to be here within 3 days to celebrate their capture of Ukraine, drink their vodka. Now, they even came to Kyiv with their parade uniform, and they were practically 5 kilometers from Kyiv. So look at hundreds of thousands of flags. And these are not all. That represent every soul that died during this war. This is how we immortalize them in the center, the heart of the city. It's a big territory. I can't go inside to show everything, but this is just a small, an aorta, a small part of it. Yes. Different nations, not only Ukrainians. African half caste. Africans died in the war. Americans died. All nations, Azerbaijan, Georgia, call any nation. Either as volunteers, either they were citizens of these countries, either they died in their sleep. An American died in his sleep, yes, when his house was bombed. You can see some of the faces are not Ukrainian faces, they are foreigners. Yes. If I go inside and show you deep what is inside, you'll be shocked. Yes. So this war is a tragedy, and the whole world must put pressure on Russia to stop this war. It's uncalled for, it's bloody, and the only aim of Russia in this war is to destroy Ukraine as a nation. Yes. To humiliate Ukraine, destroy it, take over the land, and manage it. That's the only reason. If there is no other reason of Russia invading Ukraine, it's land grabbing. They want to grab Ukrainian land, convert it to their own, and make the remaining Ukrainians submissive. Hundreds of cities has been erased, leveled, and taken over. Any Russian, when Russians are about to capture a city, usually people abandon everything and run, because Russia does not fight civilized war. They erase that city and take the land. They are after the land, not after the people. For those of you over there who said Ukrainians this and that, there is nowhere Russian soldiers were welcomed. There is nowhere in the whole of Ukraine when they invaded, they were never welcomed. And those that live in occupied territory today have their story to tell. So my fellow viewers, that's what we go through every day. For those who think war is just, no, only those here knows what we are going through. Look at the center of the city that used to be the heart of every event before. Look at what it has turned to. Yes, parents come here every day to weep, to cry, and remember their lost heroes. Remember, see, oceans of tears from parents, from children, from wives who will never see their husband again. And as I told you, look at the other side, people come here to demonstrate, hoping that maybe their loved ones is still alive. So, my viewers, I wish you all the best, and I wish Ukraine happy Independence Day. It might not be happy today. So there's nothing to celebrate today. It might be very bitter, but I believe Ukraine, as I had said, will come out of this war as a strong nation. That every human being on earth will be happy to be a citizen of this great country. Thank you. To my Ukrainian friends, Ukrainian family members, I say happy Independence Day. Slava Ukraine. Ukraine will be great again. Ukraine will come out of this nation, of this war, as a great nation. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you for staying tuned to OGTVstudio. This is all we have for you on Ukrainian Independence Day.
OGTV, your one-stop online community TV. Best of entertainment, sports, and events. 2.0 information PowerPoint. Our latest pride for effective coverage, Studio. Yeah! Egbira News for you and me. Always by your side.